It's about Joseph. So even if you're not Muslim, if you're Christian, if you're Jewish, if I'm not mistaken, this is my favorite surah. The story of Prophet Yusuf. Yusuf is one of the sons of Yaqub who has the talent of interpreting dreams. So I'll try to summarize it from my memory. It's not going to be perfect. I'm going to fact check it afterwards. So Joseph, he has a bunch of brothers. I think 9 brothers, a lot of brothers, and they live on a farm. They're poor, and at a young age, he realizes that he can interpret dreams. He tells his father, and his father tells him not to tell his brothers because he knows having such a power, they're going to alienate him. Because oftentimes when you have a power so strong, when you have a unique ability, people lash out of jealousy and not understanding. So he ends up telling his brothers anyway, and the brothers feel jealous. And then one day they're going on a hunt, and they end up throwing him in a well. All of his brothers throw Joseph in a well. Then they go home and they lie to their father and say that something happened and we lost Joseph. A while later, somebody rescues Joseph and he's sold as a slave in Egypt. He was hoping to go home eventually. And he gets taken in by a king, a very wealthy man. The king's wife ends up falling in love with Joseph. This guy has a lot of aura. This guy is like a definition of aura. He can interpret dreams. He's capable. He's handsome. He's seducing a lot of these women, and not even through, haram ways. They just, in his presence, he shows up, and they can't help themselves. The king's wife ends up coming onto him so much, and he's refusing. He's refusing because he's a pious man. The king opens the door and sees the wife trying to seduce. And he thinks immediately that it's Joseph who's the one doing it, and he doesn't blame the wife. Everyone starts blaming him. The way he's able to defend himself is that he has a tear, he has a rip in his shirt. So the wife's story was that that Joseph was attacking her, false charges. But he's like, well, how could I have been attacking her if there's a rip in the back of my shirt? How would I have ripped that? She's the one who grabbed me. Then all the women who blamed him, they cut their hands in astonishment. That's what it's saying on Wikipedia. I don't remember that part. And eventually he gets home. Eventually he gets home. I'm skipping part of the story. My memory's not fresh. I shouldn't even be repeating this right now. I'm not a scholar or anything, but I like the story. I like the progression because there's a lot of misunderstandings. People think the Quran is all this. A lot of this, the story itself and the progression is very beautiful. Like you see from his childhood, what he had to deal with, and there's lessons in all the interactions he has with people in the story. It's one of the longest surahs. I think it takes like 40 minutes to recite. And eventually he makes it home. And the bond, I love the bond that he has with his father and how he's able to overcome that. And I think he was able to forgive his brothers regardless. And the brothers ended up having a redemption. SubhanAllah. So there's the lesson in there is he's always telling the truth regardless. Joseph is love speech. He's telling truth regardless of the circumstances, even though it's difficult. Well, I'll leave it at there. I'm not going to talk about religion too much because I know it's divisive and stuff. But thanks to you, chatter, who reminded me to read protections, especially at a time like this, man. You're right. You're completely right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. God bless. Assalamu alaikum.